Greetings, dear. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Naima Singletary here with the power to lead. And today's topic is using your emotions to create quantum leaps. Jesus Christ, what? First of all, if you don't know what a quantum leap is, go look at yesterday's show. I gave a simplified version of what quantum leaps are and how you can apply that to your rich life, okay? And this topic of how to use your emotions. So first of all, I want to recommend that you read in conjunction with today's show, topic, gift to you, that you go read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, I know this is a classic book. It's an old book. You've probably read it before. And you feel like, oh, I've read that before. Yeah, and sort of sign it off. However, you read things differently when you're in a different place. Perhaps now you're in a place of next level of revenue in your business. Maybe you're at a place of next level of power in your business. And so you will read the book different. You will see things you didn't see. And what I know is, many things I know, but as it relates to using your emotions on purpose, so you do these things on purpose, I want to share with you a story. So I know a Melanin Messenger. She and I, we've known each other actually for some years now. We're in touch, and then we don't talk for a year or so, and then we get in touch again, and then we don't talk for a year or so. We have that kind of relationship. So she and I reconnected maybe about 2.5-ish months or so ago or something like that. And she was sharing about the amount of suffering that she's endured throughout her entire life. And she just shared with me, what she had never shared before. And I know her to be very powerful. Like, I can see people's power. I can see where they need to tighten up, where they need to become stronger in an area. And I can also see where they are just such a force. And so she's explaining to me all these things that she's overcome over the last several years. And she's telling me about how hard it's been, and how she's now at a place of peace. This is what she described as being at a place of peace. And still, she gets wiped out by her emotions throughout the day. She was telling me that she had canceled sessions with a client because her emotions were intense and she couldn't be present with the client the way she wanted to be present with them. And it just was not what I can see in her. The unity wasn't there. And so my suggestion to her, because what I could see that she could not see, is that there was a kind of passiveness around her emotions. And I've also been guilty of this myself, where there's like, they come and they come, when I say they, I mean emotions, they come and they're so intense that the fight to be bigger than them becomes so exhausting that it's almost like, well, fuck it. I'll let them have presence. I won't do anything, and I'll just wait for them to leave. The issue with that is you never know when they're gonna go, and emotions are fleeting. They could come and be like this for a whole week. Is your life on hold for a week? You got to cancel clients with a week. What if they're like that for a month, for several months? Is your life just on hold? You can't go about business because of that? And so, and there's a place for emotions. This is not about being stoic. Let's be clear. This is not about being emotionless, because that's part of what, frankly, what being a human is. And I think it's another conversation to have about one being in complete control of their emotions and really tapping into huge reservoirs of knowing. That's something else. So I could see where she was like, emotions were like sweeping her out of her days, like totally overtaking her days. And I could see exactly what it is that she needed. And I said to her, what I see in you is you need well, I don't remember the exact word that I used, but basically she needed to use her aggression consciously, that she needed to be consciously aggressive. And what I meant by that is when these entities, if you want to call them that, these emotions, these energies that come that seem to carry so much gravity, that are so intense, that are so compelling, that seem to overtake your day, that's when it's time to assert one's aggression. That's a level of power, and it's doing it consciously. This is not where you're aggressive all day, every day. This is only using it within the context of not allowing one's emotions to overtake one's day, week, month, year, life. And so how you use your emotions on purpose, though, like, so that was a story of how emotions come, and it's almost like you have no control. Like, she was out of control as far as her emotions were concerned, and I told her to integrate some consciousness with her emotions. And you got to play with this. Like, there's no right or no wrong. It's just about finding what's right for you, okay? So in her instance, that was what she needed, and she was like, Naima, I'm going to do that, and thank you so much. This is exactly what I needed. And right, she was just so grateful for that. And this is also what I do with my clients. Like, you know, she and I just happened to be in this conversation because we were looking at some collaboration. And so I was able to see her. So it just worked out beautifully where I was able to serve her in that way. Now, when it comes to you and purposely, right? Because, you know, when emotions show up and then dealing with it, that's more of a response to things. But then how do you on purpose, like, take emotions and wake them up on purpose to go in the direction that you desire to go? So the reason why I recommended earlier Think and Grow Rich is because in there he talks about stirring up white heat of desire. The white heat of desire. Stirring it up where this is the vortex that I'm talking about. Yesterday I talked about the vortex inside of the Facebook community, and I'm really excited about that. So email me if you'd like to know more. But just quickly, it is a vortex where this white heat of desire is cultivated and nurtured so you can, within 2 weeks, reach a certain financial goal. It's all about harnessing the quantum realm on purpose, okay? To influence the quantum realm, you stoke up desire. So you tap into the thing that you have desire for, true desire, like earnest desire, like compelling desire, like, oh my God, desire, like that desire. And it's really hard to get into desire when you're not tapped into feelings, when you're not tapped into emotion. And so if you're one of the women, and I might be preaching to the choir when I say this, but if you're a woman who's been called too much, you should be able to easily do this. If you're a woman who, what I find with a lot of women who have been shamed for showing feelings of anger, they have a hard time really tapping into desire because the block is there because they haven't allowed themselves to feel this strong emotion, the emotion of anger. And anger is like the doorway to joy. So if you look at a spectrum of emotions, and I know I might seem like I'm all over the place, but all these things touch each other, and then I'm going to bring it around in just a moment. So just think of a spectrum of emotions, right? To the far left is, would it be rage? I'd say depression. The far end is depression, and perhaps some other emotion that might feel some, is the word megahertz? Anyway, some degrees lower than depression, far off than depression. And then all the way to this far end is ecstasy, right? Ecstasy is beyond joy. It's beyond happiness. It's ecstasy, right? So you got the full spectrum. You got depression over here, you got ecstasy over there, and then you got everything in between. The pivot, right? Because all of these over here are the heavy ones. The sorrow, the disappointment, the pain, the frustration, the sadness, all that is over here, right? And it incrementally moves over. And right before the pivot over to joy, happy, surrender, love, enjoyment, connection, bliss, right? Before getting over to this side, what stands in between the two is anger, rage, right? Anger and rage. It's like anger and then rage, right? And those are movement energies. Depression is a stuck energy. Rage and anger are movement energies. And so emotions are a moving thing. That's why you notice emotions are fleeting. Like you can feel joy and happy today, and then tomorrow feel like, shit, why am I even here? Huh? Because emotions are fleeting. And so when you start getting to moving frequencies and anger and rage, even though some women are shamed for feeling these emotions, they are movement energies. They are movement feelings. So when you get beyond, right, and you get okay with expressing anger and rage in conscious ways, then you start being able to feel these other things leading up to ecstasy. And so when a woman is shamed for feeling shamed for feeling, oh, that's another one that belongs over there, shame. When a woman is shamed for feeling rage, anger, and showing that, and she blocks that. So then she starts stopping herself from feeling that. What she's also doing, oftentimes unbeknownst to her, unfortunately, is stopping herself from feeling all these other things over here: desire, joy, bliss, love, ecstasy, joy. Right? And so then she becomes unable when I ask her a question. If she's stuck behind rage and anger and I come to her and I say, what's your desire? She has a hard time tapping into that. So that means she has a hard time living in the quantum realm. So then we got to go to the anger part and uncork it and give her full on permission to fucking rage on purpose. And this is a bit of what I was telling my friend to do when I said you want to become consciously aggressive with these emotions and let them know who is in charge so they don't overtake your days and your weeks and your months. So bringing this around, when you are looking to live in the quantum realm and use your emotions on purpose to create quantum leaps, it's intentionally tapping into the thing that makes you almost become outside of yourself with joy. The thing that, right, you just start talking about it and looking at pictures about it, and you start to get those shivers up your spine. You start, maybe your pussy start getting wet, and you start talking fast. Like even how I'm feeling right now, like I'm feeling so much desire behind Saint Tropez and the quantum living 8-month immersion and the 2 weeks for people to get in there and start moving energy. You start moving things and you start waking up things, and then there's speed, and then you start having things that are like, what the fuck, miraculous, and then that starts becoming normal, and then you start sweeping things up into your space, and then you start getting good about sweeping in the good shit, leaving out the bad shit, sweeping in the good people, leaving out the bad people, and then people start seeing, and it's like, whoa, shit, fuck what? I remember when whoa, shit, fuck what? I remember when I started really ascending financially, this shit was happening so fast. Even other people were like, wow. And it was because I really started allowing myself to feel, and I was writing, feeling all of these other stuff over here, the shame. Oh man, I was letting that shit rip. And I was so unapologetic about it because I knew there was more for me. I knew there was more, just like there's more for you. So when you want to get to this other side of quantum living and then using your emotions, the feeling of desire, and then everything that's inside of desire, joy, ecstasy, the feeling of having, right? If you've never had a $20,000 month, and let's say the most you've had is a $5,000 month, and then you have a $20,000 month, and then everything that you do and be before the $20,000 month starts to create movement because you tap into the desire of the thing. This is how you use your emotions on purpose. You tap into the desire. And so what is the desire? Okay, $20,000. Why do you want the $20,000? That's where we go. Oh, because I want to be able to travel and go to Paris. I want to be able to do this and then you start feeling, oh my God. And then you start feeling that excitement, and you stay in there, you stay in there, you stay in there, and you make sure you fight. This is where the aggression comes in. You fight and push away anything that threatens this state of white heat of desire. Huh? So you can't do that. What do you think you are? Your own thoughts or other people's thoughts. Nah! Ah! And you go into, oh my God, I'm going to be in Paris. I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to be at the Eiffel Tower. Oh my God. And we're finally going to eat real handmade pasta. And these are going to be memories that me and my sister or me or my mom are going to have forever. And oh my God, what is it going to be like to sit at a cafe and take a picture? Oh my God. What's the time zone? Oh, that's going to be so great. Oh, and then we're going to do this. How much money are we going to, oh my God, we can go shopping. I heard that Versace has the best one, right? And then you allow yourself to feel all those things, whatever the thing is. So if it's about remodeling your kitchen, get into the desire of that. Oh my God, when I remodel, my kitchen is going to be so bright. I'm going to do this color. And then you start going to look at the colors that you're considering. So then you go looking at the paints and you're like, oh, and then if I did this with the countertops, oh, and then my sister would love it. And then, oh my God, and then we could have dinner and we could do that. Oh my God. Oh, and this would be great because then we won't have the scars from cutting because we'll do that. You see? And then it starts to move things. And you do this on purpose. So if there's anything that you desire, anything, get down into the emotion of it. And that will lift and move things. Whatever the desire, man, money, kitchen, car, whatever it is, the building of get down into it. And then another, I'm going to share a short addendum here, which I think this is something that should be taught to people who have proven that they are wanting this next level stuff. I'm not so sure. So maybe I'll do this inside of the course coming up or inside of the 8-month immersion. But there's that what I just shared, the engaging in the emotions on this side of the spectrum to help movement and to use your emotions on purpose, a quantum leap. There's also the daemon energy, the part of you that demands that it have what it desires. So that's different than like, I want a trip to Paris, I'm going to have a trip to Paris and making it. It's like, the daemon doesn't give a fuck. Like, and as of this moment, I would have to go really sit with this some more because the context that is coming to me right now, I don't have an answer for, and I could come up with one by going to sit with this. I'm currently unsure of how to tap into that. I think perhaps being in the dark, literal and proverbial, just that dark place in life awakens that mixed with desire, that mixed with blood intelligence. That's what's coming through right now. Blood intelligence, the dark, and desire. Because why would somebody, like, why, what, you know? So anyway, that's a whole other thing. So that is how you use your emotions to quantum leap. You discover the desire, you name it, say it out loud, write it down. Then you start getting into the details of the desire. Why do you desire it? How do you see yourself there? What will be the investment? How will it feel being there? Who are you taking with you? How long are you going to be there? You know, what's going to be the experience of you having the thing? And just like really like have it now emotionally. Have it now emotionally. And then that's how you start using the emotions and creating. Remember I talked about is bringing the future into now sooner than later. Bringing the future into now sooner than later is the simplified definition of quantum leaping. And this is how you do it, okay? So that concludes today's show, darling. I'm going to be on Instagram in about 4 minutes. If you want to come hear me share there, I give content. I'm there every weekday until March 18th, which is less than 2 weeks away, baby. This time is flying. And I look forward to being with you tomorrow. Same time, same place. And also, starting March 20th, am I saying that right? Yes, March 20th. First of all, I'm not going to even be here March 20th, but starting March 21st, the show time will change. And I'm not sure what that is yet, but it will change, FYI, okay? Lots of love. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.